let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team tonight, Trevor Thompson.
Kenny, thank you very much. And we just heard Newsy Lalone tell Mickey Redmond that Joe Veleno has been impressive through camp so far. That's Joe following through on a promise to take his game to the next level. 2 goals and 2 assists in 4 preseason games so far, and looking for more.
I think for myself, obviously, I'm going to be a much better player than I was last year, and I'm ready to raise my game to the next level and show a little more out on the ice this year. And I'm really excited to be playing with a few new faces and kind of get things starting on the right foot.
And Veleno will send to the fourth line with Clean Costin and Christian Fischer. But the Red Wings top line will start with Dylan Larkin in the middle. Alex DeBrincat, the right shot on the left side, and Michael Rasmussen playing the opposite wing. And Wallman clears one around. DeBrincat knocks it down in the corner. The Maple Leafs starting with Robertson. Fraser Minton, number 39. Watch for him tonight. He could be the surprise to make the Maple Leafs out of camp this season. And Kelly Yarncroft, former Red Wing draft pick, on the other side. Then ahead here for Wallman, out to center ice. Rasmussen bowling over his man. But a hand pass called there, and we'll get a stop in play. Our starting goaltenders, brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Joseph Walm, whom the Leafs have high hopes for, this third-round pick from 2016, slated to go the whole night tonight, as is Billy Husso, with James Reimer, former Leaf, backing him up. Here's Ben Sherrod. Sherrod on defense with Petrie. As it comes to the middle for Robbie Fabry, a shot. And Joseph Wall stopped that. Rebound sent ahead out to center ice, but they can get no further as Noah Gregor, number 18 for Toronto, couldn't pick it up. He's on a professional tryout, a PTO, and Gregor could very well find himself with a contract with the Maple Leafs just outside the trapezoid, so Wall couldn't come play it. Picked up by Holmberg. Back of the net for number 83, Marshall Riffai. And yes, you won't know many of the Maple Leaf names you'll hear tonight. Mostly a Marley lineup or otherwise than the regulars here for the Maple Leafs tonight, just like it was in Toronto a couple of nights ago for the Red Wings, who had many of those headed for Grand Rapids in their lineup. But boy, the Red Wings played well in Toronto on Thursday. They lost in overtime. And it was a strong night for the Red Wings, despite the full lineup they were playing against from the Maple Leafs, as that hit the round glass at the Maple Leaf bench. So we'll get a stop in play and bring in Mickey Redmond, and there's Sheldon Keefe, the head coach of the Maple Leafs, who got a contract extension.
Yes, he did. A lot of speculation that he may not, or would he, and when they let it go, they finally decided to do that, and he's going to be happy about that, that's for sure. But there also, other people and pundits in the game have got him on a short list of coaches that are not going to have a long leash.
Our new general manager, and Brad Treliving, who left Calgary, and then Kyle Dubas, in those strange circumstances, left Toronto, and now GM and everything else in Pittsburgh. There's a shot, and Husso will grab that and hold on for a face-off. A home and home as usual between Detroit and Toronto to finish the preseason. This would have been in Toronto last night, not 2 nights ago, but for a Drake concert that moved the game. As we say, Red Wings lost in overtime Thursday, and this is the only time, again, we'll see the Leafs this season here at Little Caesars Arena. The Wings' home game versus the Leafs this season will be played next month in Stockholm. The Wings will play 2 road games in Toronto this season, with just 3 meetings in all between these divisional opponents, not 4 as is the norm. And that kicked out by Husso. Tampa Bay, the other division team whom the Red Wings will meet just 3 times this season.
That doesn't seem right, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
And Tampa Bay will open the Little Caesars portion of the season here a week tonight. The Red Wings will open in New Jersey on Thursday, a game we won't have for you. That'll be a network game. We'll have the home opener for you a week tonight. That shot deflected from Wallman, and that gets held there by Joseph Wall. And again, as we say, 41 nights from now, the NHL Global Series in Stockholm, Sweden. The Red Wings taking on Ottawa, and then the home game here moved to Sweden. Will take on the Maple Leafs, and then Minnesota and Ottawa goes on.
Yeah, back-to-back, and I suppose that's a good thing because we're going in there after the Columbus game here on a Saturday afternoon.
Right.
So I have basically Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get acclimated and get boots on the ground and enjoy maybe Lucas Raymond's homecoming and whatever he has in stake for all the guys. You never know.
And who knows, as the season goes along, could be Berggren, could be Edmondson, you don't know. Because injuries always happen. There's a blowing tire back of the net. That went off Larkin, but gathering back in was Riffai. The Quebec native doesn't get out. Wallman with a shot, and it gets tipped. Larkin over there to pick it up. Intended feed for Sider got picked off, and there's Kelly Yarncroc. A second-round pick of Detroit in 2010. Never played a game for the Red Wings. Did play in Grand Rapids. There's a shot kicked away by Husso. Off Fraser Minten. You will at least get 9 games with the Maple Leafs this season, if not many more than that. Carried back here for Fabry. Looks across for Kopp. Off his stick. Played it back for Sherratt. Looks across. There's Petrie. In front of the net was Fabry. He was tied up. Played back behind the net for Twerberg. Ryan Twerberg, number 73 from Richmond Hill, Ontario. There's Fabry back in front. That was in behind Kopp. Sherratt able to hold in. Sent ahead by Pontus Holmberg to center ice. Bouncing puck played back out and then thrown back in by the Maple Leafs.
You know, you talked about this Toronto lineup, and not the same as the other night in Toronto, but for the Toronto management, they are watching every these guys in the lineup tonight. Not only on a couple of these guys could they be in their opening day lineup, but what do they got when they send them to wherever they're going to send them? And for future reference, you got to watch every shift that the guy has and try to learn from all of that. The players are going to tell the management what they're all about by the way they play on the ice. It's that simple.
Comes back here for Raymond. Plays it back. Gostisbehere. And Wall wasn't sure, but he's got it. And Gostisbehere's got a good shot and holds on to that. Well, in a contract year is Lucas Raymond, looking for a bounce-back year. A little bit of a sophomore slump. 17 goals, 45 points. He had 6 fewer goals and 12 fewer points than his terrific rookie season.
Yeah, he a couple of interviews he did overseas with European, I don't know if it was newspapers or what it was, articles anyway. He said, you know, I had a really good first year, and I guess I kind of figured, yeah, that's good, and this isn't so bad. I got it figured out. But he openly said, I obviously didn't. And that's a good thing for a guy to be able to recognize that, and it gives you good motivation to be different. And that hasn't changed for a lot of players over the years, whether you're European or not. You have to be, when you're that kind of status, like 24 goals, they're watching you differently. So you have to do different things to be just as good, if not better, because they are going to be all over you after a year like he had.
And there's the comparison between the two seasons. And Raymond, one thing he has put on is weight. He finished last season at 176 pounds. He's up to 188 now. And that should help, and just as quick.
Well, now he's in his 3rd year. Seems like he's been here a long time. He's still just a very young man. So, still growing up, still filling out.
Knocked away from Robertson, number 89, Nicholas Robertson for Toronto, brother of Jason, the Dallas Star. In more ways than one, a star is Jason. And Nicholas Robertson went down. On the wing, it comes forward to Brinkett. Back into the slot, a poke puck there by Sider. Picked up here by Rasmussen with that great reach at 6'6". Up on the top line along with Larkin. And to Brinkett. And Raymond playing in a second unit. Comper and Perron, at least tonight. But as Derek Lalonde said, don't get married to our lines tonight. Our luck, it could change as early as Monday. Here's Sider with a good takeaway there. Sider on the wing, forward to Brinkett. The Brinkett waits and shoots, and the rebound. Going to the goal was Rasmussen, who got bumped in there by Sam Lafferty.
I'm pretty sure Michael Rasmussen, whether it was in junior or here in the NHL, has had very, very few, if any, shifts as a right winger. That's where he is tonight. Left-hand shot. He doesn't get much, that's for sure.
Poked away, but picked off by Kopp. Sending one back to the line to Petrie. Good keep in there by Sherratt. Skate the stick, and a shot gets blocked in front. Doesn't get out as Noah Gregor couldn't pick it up. Back for Sherratt again. Open is Petrie. Looks for the pass. He's got it now. Look in front for Fabry. That got knocked down. Petrie then lost an edge, and he went down. Fabry gets stick checked. Picked up, though, by Andrew Kopp. Kopp checked there by William Lagesson, native of Sweden. Number 85 in white for the visitors. And Sherratt goes back to get it. And that winner in overtime by William Nylander 2 nights ago in Toronto glanced off Sherratt and beat Alex Lyon, who had a good game. Here's Perron. Spins one back. Shot by Gostisbehere got handled as Perron collided there with Wall. Back for Raymond. Looked in behind for Comper. For Perron, and that got taken away. Tied up there with Abruzzese, number 26 for the Lace. Perron's got it. Or Gostisbehere just lifts a high one down ice. Both teams in the midst of a change. Approaching 8 minutes gone here in the opening period. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, Trevor Thompson, and our Bally Sports Detroit crew with you for our final preseason game before things kick off on Thursday. Knocked away, and the Maple Leafs are offside. So with that, we'll step out. The Red Wings with a little edge in shots. Shot there from DeBrincat. Rasmussen driving the net as he should. Still goalless from Little Caesars Arena. Let's revisit Nate Danielson from Thursday night. He's had a good preseason. Not in tonight, likely heading back up Brandon of the Western Hockey League mitt, but he's had a nice camp, hasn't he?
He sure has. And you know, you can use a lot of words to compliment young players when they're trying to make their way into the NHL. But the one you hear a lot about Nate Danielson's play is poise. And that's a word that doesn't get used that often because it really represents somebody who's looks like he's been here for a while. He gets it. He understands the game is slowed down for him, and it has showed in the way he has played in the games that he has. He's had a really, really good training camp. And as I said before, if this team was in the beginning of the rebuild and not at this stage of the rebuild, I would think Danielson might have a chance to stay in the lineup here for the year.
And Marco Kasper's gone to Grand Rapids to start this season. A little adjustment here for Joseph Wall on the pads. Ilya Samsonov will be the #1 goaltender for the Maple Leafs this season. And you'd think Martin Jones, who's their third goalie, may not clear waivers. And Tampa Bay, who's in here a week from the night without Andrei Vasilevsky to start the year, could be in the line for perhaps the Leafs' third goalie, Martin Jones, before all things are said and done. And while we have a moment as Joseph Wall against his equipment, enter to win an autographed Alex DeBrincat jersey and tickets to the Detroit Red Wings home opener a week from tonight. Hurry, contest ends October 9th, open to Michigan residents only, so it ends in a couple of days. To enter, head to DetroitRedWings.com/jersey contest now.
Not sure why they're waiting this long for this goaltender instead of bringing the other guy in and let him figure out his problems behind the bench.
I'm not sure who the other guy is, so let this guy stay in. That would be Dennis Hildeby, a 6'7" native of Sweden. Alex DeBrincat, Mick, and the Red Wings have a guy who scored 41 goals twice.
Yeah.
DeBrincat to the net.
Well, he scores goals. Look at that. He's not very big, but boy, he knows how to get open. He had Patrick Kane on his wing in Chicago for those 241s, but the bottom line is he can score. He scores goals, I said, that a lot of players would not. Got a great release. It's quick. It's hard and heavy. So for a little guy, he shoots the puck better than most. He knows how to get to the right areas at the right time. And Red Wing fans are hoping that starts out next Thursday night against New Jersey. That might end up being, I don't know if it'll be a tight game with all the offense that New Jersey has got, led by Jack Hughes and Bratt and these guys. Could be a shootout over there.
And a perfect preseason New Jersey's had. It,
oh, God.
7-0.
Oh, my God.
Preseason means nothing, but doesn't hurt to be on the winning side of all your games.
That's for sure. Going to feel pretty good about that. But They've got a really, really good lineup.
Remember when we were in New Jersey for the second game last season? It was Fire Lindy.
Oh, yeah.
And then halfway through the year was Sorry Lindy. I guess so. And I remember you commenting at the time, give me a break. We're 2 games in and they want to fire their head coach.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I think I said at the time, they don't know what they're thinking or talking about. They're not real hockey fans. But I'm not sure I was right about that. I guess they were frustrated, and whether they knew what they were doing or not, I guess doesn't matter. Bottom line is they were completely wrong, and they should know better if they've been around this game any length of time.
Larkin, Rasmussen, DeBrincat. Larkin's got it. DeBrincat, and that was out of the reach of Petrie. Derek Lalonde was talking about Larkin and DeBrincat today. It's on them to make it work between them. But so far so good, but still finding their way, and that'll come with time. Just like it will be from the Toronto side, where Tyler Bertuzzi is with Matthews and Marner. At least they were on Thursday night, and it's Bertuzzi's job to lose there. But how will that mesh as it goes along? Because remember, it had been Michael Bunting for the longest time.
Yeah.
Bunting's now in Carolina, so perhaps it's Bertuzzi's job to keep there on the top line with Matthews and Marner.
I think probably the Toronto Maple Leafs of a lot of teams around the league, there's been a lot of changes because of the salary cap and the issues with money and stuff like that. There's a lot of changes every year now.
Sprong knocked that one down neatly. Sprong number 88 for the Red Wings. Stays inside the line as Kopp went after it. Just past the halfway point here in the opening period. Knocked down at center by Kopp. Got help there from Fabry. Oli Mata with it. Mata in a third pairing tonight with Gostisbehere. Justin Hall, the former Maple Leaf, the 7th defenseman, not dressed tonight.
We got offside or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a collision here with Sprong and a hard hit there on Marshall Riffai.
So far, we've been here for a little over a month now, me and my family, and I think just the people have been great, so kind, so friendly, and welcoming. It's just been a really cool part. Just looking forward to getting to know some people and being involved in the community, and you know, trying to win some games and get everyone excited.
Now, James Reimer is actually renting former Red Wing Darren Helm's old house. He's neighbors with Jeff Petrie and Dylan Larkin. So if he ever needs a ride to the rink, he's got one. And guys, ironically, 99th overall pick in 2006 by these Maple Leafs. So he knows what it's like to wear an original 6 jersey.
Yeah, and backing up tonight. And again, what will the Red Wings do? Will they carry 3 goaltenders with Alex Lyon to start the season? That's the big question. What do you do?
Yeah.
Do you go 13, 7, and 3? You can have a 23-man roster. And you've got Berggren, you've got Soderblom. Unlikely to go with 8 defensemen, so that would mean not Edmondson to start. But again, there's always injuries. So what do you do? Alex Lyon, I highly doubt, because he got a 2-year deal and younger than Reimer, who's 35. I don't think Lyon would clear waivers. But again, Michael Hutchinson signing a contract with Grand Rapids. Perhaps, and you know, some insurance just in case someone gets picked up. So musical chairs now over the next few days.
Yeah, and Monday at 5 o'clock is the deadline that everybody has to have their rosters solidified for the opening, which is the next day, I believe, the 10th.
Yeah,
Tuesday, yeah. So, yeah, it's you know, it's interesting now because of money. Players like Soderblom and Berggren don't have to be waived.
Right, they're waiver exempt.
So it works against them in a way. It can work against them.
Yeah. Clean Kostin shot was blocked. Comes back here to Wallman. Open is Sider. Sider's got it. Goes back to Wallman. Walks the line with a shot and sticked aside by Wall. Logan Shaw for Toronto. Played in behind for Tommy Miller, number 73. Saved there by Husso. Off Shaw, the 6'4" forward. Joe Veleno. He'll dump it in, but from his own side of center, so go back as an icing charge. And a message from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
As property manager, I use Family Heating and Cooling because they're honest, they're on time, and fair priced.
Contact us today to find out what our family can do for your family.
And with this Maple Leaf lineup tonight, mostly American hockey leaguers, it's Newsy Lalonde said before the game, it's on our guys to get emotionally involved versus the opponent, just like his team did against the pretty much season-ready Maple Leaf team on Thursday, losing by 1 in overtime. Robertson had it blocked. Veleno played it off the glass, and that signals a change for Detroit. Tipped in there by Robertson. Second round pick in 2019 of the Maple Leafs. Cleared away by Wallman, but knocked down at the line and kept in momentarily. A bouncing puck taken there by Seider, who had 5 goals last season, did Seider. Red Wing defense had 41 goals last season, the most since they scored 44 goals back in 11-12, when Nick Lidstrom had a quarter of them in his final year as a Red Wing. But you'd think with Gostisbehere, who had 13 goals between Arizona and Carolina last season, the Red Wings and Petrie, they should get a lot more scoring, they're offside there, from their blue line. And to think the Maple Leafs' top scoring defenseman last season with Morgan Riley only had 41 points. Seider had 1 more than that. So not a lot of offense from the Leaf blue line, and the Red Wings looking to up with Petrie and company their offense from the blue line.
The forwards in Toronto didn't want to give it to the defense. They were too busy scoring goals.
Well, if the defense can get it to those forwards, they're going to score.
Well, that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Get it to the guys that can find the back of the net.
Yeah.
And in Toronto, they're really good at that. With Marner and Matthews and Nylander had 40 last year. Holy mackerel.
Well, there's a defenseman who's just going to make his way back into the Leaf lineup injured during the preseason is John Klingberg, who could very well with that forward group pile up 50 points this season. More the offensive side for Klingberg, so that'll help the Maple Leafs end. Given away there, though. Saved made by Wall, rebound, and he's got that one as Kopp let the shot go. Wall juggled it, but able to hang on. Holmberg gave that one away.
Well, you're going to get lots of that with young players. Even Red Wing coaches, especially the head coach, will admit that you know, they're going to, like Danielson, for example, they're going to have giveaways. They're young guys. They're just learning how to play the game at this level with the size and the speed that's so different than junior hockey or college hockey. And boy, it's not an easy transition to make, for sure.
Moving up is Mata to keep it in. Around by Perron, Comfer and Raymond with him. Lucas Raymond got over to take it away. And a bouncing puck. Cleared by Toronto to center, knocked down by Olli Mata. Backed up there by Gostisbehere. Tipped ahead for Perron, knocked away by number 2 Simon Benoit, the 6'4" defender for the Leafs. Who break out at center ice. Swinging wide was Hirvonen. Ronnie Hirvonen, number 33 for the Leafs. Benoit at the point, sticked aside by Husso. Gostisbehere knocked it away, ahead for Comfer. Digging toward is Easton Cowan, 53. Back to the line here for Miller. Grabbed by Gostisbehere. Sent by Mata to Raymond. Red Wings in the midst of the change. Maple Leafs doing likewise. Bit of a cross check there from Comfer. Into the backs of Max Ellis, number 90. For the visitors. Tipped in by Ellis. Another Ellis for the Maple Leafs. Not Ronnie, but Max. Ronnie was a long time ago.
Trivia. If you're an NHL original Sixer, what number did Ronnie Ellis wear for the Leafs?
That's tipped up and out of play. Well, you just want to give it now because we'll forget a period from now.
You're aging yourself. Number 6.
Number
6, Ronnie Ellis. Way to go, big guy. Team Canada 72. We'll be back.
2 or 3 right,
Sheldon Keefe making notes, figuring, who are these guys? Well, it's not what he's going to see come the regular season. This is perhaps a projected lineup. And again, number 39 in the middle there is moving Nylander to the wing if Fraser Minten does stick with this team. But right now, Bertuzzi with Matthews and Marner. Max Domi, his dad Ty, longtime Leaf, with Tavares and Nylander to the wing, not center. Sam Lafferty on the fourth line could make it, but maybe it's Noah Gregor unseats him. And you see their defense as well. And Mark Giordano, Mick, just turned 40. The oldest player
for him
in the National Hockey League.
Good for him. Loving life. Playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs at that age. Beautiful stuff. That's how to play. Now, those three guys that I circled on that group all have sandpaper. Domi's not very big, but Bertuzzi's always in the middle of it. Boy, did he take a shot on that one.
As did Hronek on that one.
Yeah.
From Reeves. Hronek on Vancouver's defense this year. Back healthy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they'll be more physical for sure. And Rasmussen is mixing it up in front of the Red Wing bench with Lagesson. Nothing came of that. Lagesson over there to get it, though, to keep it in. And Rasmussen bumps it again, and they go down again. Finally came out off the Brinket.
This has been a understatement to say it's been a very scrambly first period of play. There haven't been a lot of open ice areas, not very few odd man rushes at all.
Here is the aforementioned Minten, who dropped one back. Minten after it again. Quick skater. Turning with it. Slow it down to Brinket. Back for Gostisbehere. Stretch pass picked off at center ice by Riffey. High slot. Shot went wide. Mata, that errant stick got in his way. Helped turn it over to Homburg. Homburg could be the 13th forward for this Maple Leaf group. Came outside the line, back in by Benoit. Red Wings opening night almost here. Join us a week from tonight at 6 o'clock as we kick off the Wings season with the Red Wings and New Zealand's former team where he won a cup with a couple of times, the Tampa Bay Lightning, live from Little Caesars. That's next Saturday, October 14th. Red Wings opening night, 6 o'clock, our pregame show right here on Bally Sports Detroit. And how will Tampa be this year? Some changes there too with the cap, but they've still got so much talent. Alex Killorn signed by Pat Verbeek to a long deal in Anaheim, and he's injured now. Here's Fabry, dropped it back. And again, no Vasilevsky for the first couple of months or so. Homburg gets tied up. Over there was Coffin behind for Daniel Strong. Red Wing fans are going to really like number 88 and play up and down the lineup. And the power play's got a terrific shot.
3 goals in 3 games he scored. He's not a small guy. He's not an overly large guy, but he plays a really solid game physically. So yeah, they're going to like him for sure.
Clean Costin too. Red Wings a much deeper group this season. Wallman went for the hit. Just escaping that was Herben. Came in front of the net for Raymond.
And Fisher to add to that group.
Yeah.
He's a big lad at 6'3", and he doesn't look to take any prisoners when he's playing the game either. Good penalty killer.
Speaking of size, Moritz Seider used to be 6'4". Now he's listed at 6'3". Not sure how that happened. Still plays tough though.
So what do you believe?
I don't know.
Whatever you want. Make it up.
Rasmussen's still 6'6" though, so that's good. Here is Seider. Wallman couldn't get past. Cal Clifford up there along with Logan Shaw. Valeno took a hard hit. Came up with it again. Got help there from Clean Costin, number 24. Valeno along with Christian Fisher, number 36 for Detroit.
this could be, if they're a line, very interesting line for sure. They got size.
Petrie careful not to interfere with Max Ellis. Boston. Rink wide feed. Red Wings changing. Right back out here by the Maple Leafs. Back in for Robertson, overskated. Plenty of skill for Robertson, but couldn't handle it there. Larkin back in, lead feed for DeBrincat, got bumped. Taken again by the Quebec native Riffai. He gets checked. Right in front of the Toronto goal, but able to move one ahead for Fraser Minton.
1 minute remains in the first period.
As the play goes offside.
The pace of this game, I guess most games now, is absolutely wicked. And that's why there's no space. The back pressure is ridiculous. You got a penalty. I'm not sure what happened there. Larkin, I didn't hear what he said. Holding? Okay. Yeah.
Well, the Maple Leafs last season, other than the record-setting season by those two guys and many others, McDavid and Draisaitl and Edmonton, Toronto had the second-best power play in the league. Guy Boucher, a former head coach in Tampa Bay, just saw there for a moment to the left of Sheldon Keefe. He runs the Toronto power play. Pretty good job to have. It used to be Spencer Carberry's job, but he's now the head coach in Washington.
Detroit 171, Dylan Larkin, 2 minutes for holding. 19 minute mark in the first period. Detroit Larkin, 2 minutes for holding, and 19 minutes in the first period.
There's Lafferty. Slowed down by Husso. Wallman can't get away. Big stop there by Husso off Noah Gregor. Half a minute to go in the opening period. There's Minton with his shot, just went wide. Picked up by Abrazizi. Back for Kokkonen. Kokkonen, the defenseman. Number 84 for Toronto, who's got it now. Moved it across to Minton, and the shot didn't get quite what he wanted on it. Slithered away. Back to get it goes Kokkonen. He could wind up being the Leafs' 7th defenseman. He's been the surprise of their camp. Draft pick from 4 years ago. Minton over to get it. Time's going to wind down. So a goalless first period. Toronto playing it tight with the Red Wings, just as the Red Wings did.
This was
Rasmussen getting it in with Noah Gregor, who's trying to earn a spot. Played 4 seasons with San Jose.
There's a check on Seider, Ken, that they took 2 of them ganged up on Seider. He had his back to them, and there's Seider now as well, returning and retaliating. So we know Rasmussen doesn't mind being in the middle of things that get a little raspy.
Well, our Figer intermission report coming your way. Jake Wallman was mic'd up during training camp up in Traverse City. We'll get some of that. We'll hear why JT Compher chose Detroit as his new home. Trevor Thompson to lead you through first period intermission activities, as this game is goalless through 1 period of play here at Little Caesars Arena.
Goalless after 20 minutes here at Little Caesars Arena tonight as we bring you our Menards Big Money first intermission highlights. Michael Rasmussen making his presence felt in the first 20 minutes as we bring in Mickey Redmond for his thoughts on what he's seen from the big fella in the first period. Mick, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's no surprise that Rasmussen's in the middle of all kinds of stuff, and it's very interesting that I just look at the stat sheet and they don't have a hit given to Michael Rasmussen. He had a big one right in front of the Red Wing bench in the first shift of the game. So whether he's playing center or right wing or left wing, it doesn't matter, or kill him penalties, he's always willing, Trevor, to run into somebody and cause all kinds of havoc.
And remember when Michael was injured February 21st of last season, out for the season with that knee injury, and the 3-0 loss to Tampa Bay, and Andrei Vasilevsky, who made 45 saves that night. It was a Zach Bogosian shot that broke his kneecap. And one of at least 5 wings injured, missing time blocking shots, including Tyler Bertuzzi, one from his home mates and one from the opposition who broke his hand twice. Well, you can still score with a Red Wings 5-game plan. Start your weekend early with the plan Long Weekend 5, or mark your calendars for the Holiday 5 plan. And spend the holidays down at Little Caesars Arena in this beautiful building. Visit DetroitRedWings.com/5-game plans and get yours today. 61 seconds remaining in the penalty to number 71. Carry over to start the second period. And to Canadian fans watching tonight, I hope you're having a nice Thanksgiving weekend. Nick, it's Thanksgiving in Canada.
Yeah, it's always quite a bit earlier than the American Thanksgiving.
And then those celebrate our Thanksgiving too there, just to have some extra turkey and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think here. We are the 1st of October. The corn crop isn't coming off yet. The hay's all off. Winter wheat's being planted. And soybeans maybe, but they got to get a first frost. But usually it's a Thanksgiving for all the good things that have been provided for you and your families throughout the year. God bless you, gang. Enjoy the weekend.
We really need a sponsor for Mickey Redmond's Farmer Report.
And by the way, we got a La Nina coming, and it could be a real different kind of winter because of it. Between El Nino and La Nina, watch your weather forecast, gang. Sonny Elliott's alive and well. What a great guy he was. Oh, my God.
Hit on the far boards was Easton Conway. Late first-round pick this year by Toronto out of the London Knights. Wears 53 for the Maple Leafs, and they really like him. Or Easton Cowan, rather, not Conway. Cowan's got it now. There's Holmberg. Cowan taken to the boards by Comper. Digs it free, Cowan did. Back to Kokkonen, and a save made by Husso.
Pretty good shot by Kokkonen right there. Pulled and snapped and dragged and snapped.
Fired there and off the post. Lagesson in front, net came off. Sider into that.
Trouble. Detroit had trouble getting reestablished with Larkin coming back on the ice. And they were on their heels. And that last shot right off the inside of the goalpost to the right of Husso. Now, there wasn't much room for anybody in that first period. Not a lot of shots. But boy, the back pressure by players skating now in the game is just incredible. And that's why there isn't a lot of room. They never stop skating.
Sam Lafferty was with Chicago and Toronto last season. Lafferty in a battle with Noah Gregor to make the Maple Leafs and stay off the waiver wire. Turning with it is Gregor. And they're on the same line together. Gregor's had a good camp. Good skilled fourth liner. He was surprised San Jose released him. Trying to catch on is Gregor with the Leafs. Back there is Benoit. Benoit didn't handle it cleanly. Backhanded into the zone by Kopp. Punched back in by Petrie. Picked off by Toronto, so no hand pass there. Just on the offside, they say. Kopp didn't get out as Fabry. Brought it back into the zone. Good for Robbie Fabry, who was injured. Missed a little time earlier. It's okay to recover from that. An upper body. Boy, it came into the zone and he hadn't played the puck yet. Puck was in, but he hadn't played it.
Which means it should have not been whistled down because Fisher got his skate back on the blue line before he went in.
It's preseason for everybody.
Yeah, still.
Stepping up, Gostisbehere. Knocked down by Raymond. Comper in a battle with Miller. Played back, Gostisbehere, quick shot. Save made by Walcott, turned around. Olimana safely in behind. Raymond protecting the puck along with Perron, who's one of the best puck protectors along the boards in the NHL. Raymond tipped it. Logan Shaw left it back there for Clifford. And out to center ice it goes for Mata.
Those two, Kenny, would have played a lot last year together with Larkin, Perron and Lucas Raymond. But there'll be a lot of shuffling yet till Thursday night from Coach Lalonde on who's going to play with who. And if they go with 11 and 7, that's an interesting lineup. He seems to like that because his top guys can get more ice time, and it's hard to match up against his point.
Defensemen may not like it as much. Yeah, Bob Bugner have some juggling to do. But yes, is a great conversation you had with Derek Lalonde to open our broadcast tonight from the bench.
Looks like he enjoyed that. We look forward to doing that more as the season gets underway.
Rasmussen, DeBrincat, Larkin, Wallman. Shot goes wide. Sider. Behind for Dylan Larkin. Brought out to center by Toronto. On the wing for Cowan. Without. Played it back. Lagesson.
Play. That's a great read by Wallman.
Here they come the other way. Larkin with Fisher. Waits for help to Rasmussen. Good play coming back, though, by Lagesson again. Christian Fisher. Penalty coming here. Delayed call to Toronto. Boleno to Sherratt. 6 skaters for Detroit. Petrie. Played across by Koss in the middle. His shot goes high.
Boy, Kopp is not happy that puck didn't end up in the back of the net. And here's only experience is the reason that Jake Wallman was able to make this play. He read the play of the Toronto players, where they were going, probably saw his eyes look that way, and smartly, like a veteran player, he just stood his ground and intercepted a pass, which could have been a one-timer to make it 1-0. That could have been a great scoring chance.
Not too much doubt about the Cowan penalty there. So a power play here for the Red Wings with Fabry and Comfort and Raymond and Strong, who's got that terrific shot, and Petrie. Derek Lalonde saying he really likes when Petrie's back there too on the power play because he makes the simple plays, puts it in the wheelhouse of those who love to fire it, whether it be a Gostisbehere or a DeBrincat. Petrie had some nice offensive seasons in his time in the league, wearing the old number 46 of his dad with the Tigers. Nice tribute to Dan. Long settles one back and gets it across to Raymond. Pulls it. Goal post. Wow. Petrie. Raymond. Shot side of the net. Down his ball. Banging away, and Comfort couldn't get it to go through. Just couldn't get his stick on it to nudge it past. Raymond plays it back. Petrie, perfect pass right there. In a little too tight for Sprong.
Yeah, it wasn't in his wheelhouse. It was in his feet.
But that is normally a great pass that Petrie can make.
Well, that could have happened, Ken, because I think Sprong might have stumbled just a little bit. So he moved after Petrie had already let it go.
Larkin checked. So Sider's got it. Red Wings have great options here with Sider and Gostisbehere can play the flank here. Again, a point shot's always not your best option on the power play, but it's an option that can be deceptive, and then feeding off to the flanks that the Red Wings have so many more options for their power play this season. Penalty is now over. Larkin and DeBrincat in there along with Gostisbehere. Perron fires one. Ball stopped that. Cleared away, but Gostisbehere's got it again. And a one-year free agent deal with the Red Wings. Back for Max Ellis, the native of Plymouth, Michigan. Scores! Wow. How happy is he? Probably with friends and family here from Plymouth. The free agent signing last year, spent last season with the Marlies. Spent three years with Notre Dame in the Big Ten. Max Ellis.
Take a look at this replay. I don't know if this hit a stick or not. It really eluded Husso. It was a knuckleball, and I think it hit the defenseman's stick and kind of that knuckled it even worse, and it hit the bottom of his catching glove and down into the net. It's a goal that doesn't look very good on a goaltender, but sometimes with that redirection, if it did, and we'll take another look at that. No, it doesn't look like on that replay, but we'll further look at that to see. It was just a funny kind of a shot. 1-0 because
that's how Nylander's shot beat Lyon. Thursday night it went off Sherratt. That fooled Lyon in overtime. And the Maple Leafs beat Detroit 4-3 Thursday. Here they have a 1-0 lead. And again, isn't it interesting that you got to mentally be ready when you're playing what would be an American Hockey League group, just like the Red Wings were ready in Toronto to play their full lineup Thursday and played a great game, but they trail 1-0 here tonight as Plymouth's Max Ellis gives the Leafs the lead.
Looking at Jeff Petrie wearing that 46 that Kenny just talked about, but let's go take you back to 2006, the Combine, and his headshot for that compared to his headshot these days. A little bit of a difference, I'd say. I thought he looked like Patrick Laine on the left and a father of 4 on the right. Jeff Petrie. We'll tell you about his topsy-turvy 2 weeks that led to him becoming a Red Wing in the second intermission, so stay tuned for that, Kenny.
Boy, he looks like when he played at Orchard Lake St. Mary's back in 04-05 when I was back in my refereeing days when there was a lockout. Jeff was playing for the Pirates there, and Dan was manning the penalty box, and who knew then Jeff would turn into the terrific NHLer he become.
Good solid career.
I don't know, some look the same, you know, you can tell from that picture. Would make it the same guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Toronto Wolves, number 90, Max Ellis.
Ahead there for Sprong. On the wing for Petrie. Just too far for Daniel Sprong. Tough kept it in for Petrie.
Toronto Wolves. Ellis from
For Sherratt block. Sherratt back to pick it up. Sherratt played it across to an open wing. There's Cowan. And Brzezinski put it in front, and a save made by Husso with Hervin in there, banging away at it. And Larkin. And keep away from Gostisbehere. Well, Billy Husso stayed in Michigan this summer to work out, knowing he needed to be as fit as he could be beyond the mental challenge of playing more than 50 games for the first time in his career, perhaps tired down the stretch, but now that that's under his belt, we'll see likely more than that this season. Who will be backing him up? One or the other still remains to be seen. Icing charge here against Detroit.
So Toronto opens the season next Wednesday. Detroit next Thursday. This is both their last games of the preseason. Monday at 5 o'clock, if you're wondering, is when rosters have to be finalized for the season to start. The season opens on Tuesday the 10th.
Larkin was held. No call, though. Oh, he wanted one. Lagesson. Swede turned in deep back for Robertson. Opening shot wide, sent in front by Fraser Minten. Back high slot, that goes off Mata. To bring it around to an open wing for Rasmussen. Back to Gostisbehere. Perfect feed in front. And just wide by DeBrincat. Trying to go back to Rasmussen and just didn't make it his way, and a change for both sides. 25 seconds shy of the halfway point in this game. Final preseason game of 8 for the Red Wings. 4-2-1. Compher with Perron. Wallman to Sider. Had it blocked. Turned back in by Perron. Chase the other side for Wallman. Just beaten to it. Perron there to recover. He gets it back from Sider. Too far for Compher. It'll come back as an icing into the Detroit zone. Well, we showed you the lines that Toronto will start the season with, and one of those vying to make it is that guy, number 39, the 6'1" Fraser Minton, who had 4 points in 4 games coming in tonight. Just 19 years old, played for the Kamloops Blazers, where Shane Doan is now assistant to Brad Tree, living in Toronto. Shane Doan, who played 21 years with the Coyotes and then with Winnipeg prior, is part owner of the Kamloops Blazers. So when players have to go back to junior, you think that Shane Doan may indeed, well, Minton play with Kamloops. That would help us, but also help the Leafs. So maybe torn a bit there. Here's Kyle Clifford. Kept alive. Miller scores. It squeaked through. In front of the goal again was Max Ellis. Did he get a piece of that? We'll see. But it's 2-0 Toronto.
It certainly hit somebody in front of the net. Mad scramble, and I think it did hit Ellis. Sider were tied up together. It hit Sider's right leg. I don't know if it hit Ellis or not after that. No, I don't think it did.
So if not, it would be Miller's goal,
yeah.
But we'll see. So a hole to climb out of here for the Red Wings, and still half the game to do so. Clean Costin behind Petrie. Back in here for Cowan. Knocked away for Fisher. Costin for Veleno. Round it goes for Hervinen. Too far. Olimata. Amazing at this juncture of the game, just 23 shots combined. More than halfway through.
Yeah. And maybe about 16 quality scoring chances, and that's it. I mean, I don't even see that many, but.
Given Miller the goal. Bounced in off Sider. Loose in front of the net. Popping a little too deep. Couldn't jam it. Gostisbehere's shot. That was blocked. Robertson didn't get it out. Gostisbehere back to pick it up. Taken by Kelly Yarncroc. Yarncroc had a neck injury, playing just his second game of the preseason for Toronto. Had his first 20-goal season with the Leafs, or in the NHL last season with the Leafs, and 39 points for Yarncroc. Remember, he was dealt to Nashville with Patrick Eaves for David Legwand. Benoit couldn't center. Sider ties him up. Wallman to help, and a penalty coming. Or is there? Center ice referee made the stop and play. Just the net is off, and that was all. So Miller gets the goal, and it's 2-0 Maple Leafs.
On a vacation together, and we stayed in contact over the years. He's just a great guy. He's fun to be around. Obviously a great hockey player, but a really hard worker. And I think being here for a little bit and seeing how the guys know Dylan, because it's not always the same experience of knowing someone in college, but from what it sounds like, he's been a really good captain for this team, and I'm very excited to play with him again.
And J.T. Compher was captain in his junior season with Michigan, where he played from 13 to 16. 2 of those years with Andrew Kopp, and the 14-15 season with Dylan Larkin. They had the CCM line at Michigan. Compher, Kyle Connor, and Tyler Mott. Pretty darn good line. Compher now in his 8th NHL season.
Kyle Connor scores goals like DeBrincat scores goals like a lot of players wouldn't. Every year. He's a goal scorer, boy.
Save made by Husso. And the connections that Larkin had with Compher and Kopp at Michigan and other ties to Michigan, whether college or residency. Jeff Petrie in Ann Arbor and Farmington, where Alex DeBrincat, his family is, Farmington Hills. Carter Mazur injured, unfortunately. And high hopes for him. Ellis with a shot knocked down in front. Never got through to Husso. Lagesson. Moved by Kokkonen. Tipped in that Husso will play for Mata. Picked up by Shaw. Logan Shaw. Back to the point. Perron's got it. A rink-wide feed here for Gostisbehere. Gains center ice. And a high flipper. That'll be grabbed by Wall. And a message now from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Returning AZ Plan lessees can lease an F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Crew for $339 a month for 24 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Well, not that Derek Lalonde doesn't know what he's talking about, but prophetic when he said this morning, our guys have to get emotionally involved with the opponent they're playing tonight. Even though it's not the high-flying Leaf team that they can have, mostly Marley-like lineup, so it's up to his guys to raise their level.
And up to this point in time, they haven't done that.
Yeah, and he was aware it could happen. All he can do is get the guys ready to do it. They have to do it, but here's a delayed call. So the Red Wings are going to head to a power play.
Well, they're not sharp, the home team, so far. They've had some opportunities, yes, but far too few. And with that, we'll come back, take a break first, and Red Wing power play will continue or begin when we return at 5:48. So Shane Gostisbehere was signed by the Detroit Red Wings for several reasons, not the least of which is his ability to quarterback a power play and stuff like that, but he has a great shot. He's been around long enough to be able to use his experience to his advantage. That was an intended shot pass right there, and there's that shot that was able to stay out because there was nobody in the lane. But the bottom line is that he's a veteran defenseman, been around this league for quite a while, and should be a great asset for Detroit, Bob Bugner, and his defense.
Now in his 9th season, he's had 4 seasons of 13 or more goals, including last year with Arizona and Carolina. Played in Arizona with Christian Fisher. So a couple of weapons back there. With Seider and Gostisbehere, they don't come in smoothly there. Oh, and it's going to be a penalty. Boy, first glance, it looked like Gregor went down on his own, but little tap of the stick on the leg, so that'll do it for the power play, and the guy we're talking about will go to the box.
Yeah, and all of this was caused because of a turnover. Puck was turned over.
He was on his way down.
What'd you say earlier? It's preseason.
It's preseason.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But, you know, the turnover's not supposed to happen. So Detroit not getting their entries on the power play very easily at all. And it's showing because of the lack of opportunities offensively because of it.
So 4-on-4 hockey. Red Wings just 12 shots.
Detroit runs 41 Shane Costa spare. 2 minutes in the tripping. 14 minutes, 15 seconds in the second period.
Petrie ahead for Compton.
14-50 second period.
They battle along the near boards. It came free, though, for Gregor and across and into the slot there for Pontus Holmberg. Taken to the boards by Petrie. Raymond for Comper. Then he'll settle one back for Sherratt. Comper across Petrie. Back for Sherratt. Comper held by Joseph Wall. He's going the distance for the first time this preseason. Want all the inside scoop on your Detroit Red Wings? Well, then make sure to follow Bally Sports Detroit on Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Chasing it. Robertson there first. Minton's got it. Knocked down by Ole Mata. Off the back of the skate of Fabry, able to recover.
There's too much of that. Back of the skate, not the front of the skate or the stick.
Wallman kick shot, and 2 saves there. One off his home player by Joseph Wall. Power play here for just over a half minute for the Maple Leafs. Will bring it in, and the shot goes wide of the net from Minton. Up ahead for Herbinen. And sent down the ice by Kopp. Just over 3 to go in period 2. 5 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Pokanen. Back now for Cowan. Checked at the line. And cleared out to center. That went off the skate of Maxime Lajoie, formerly with Carolina. Long stretch pass gets tipped in. Cowan will go after it. Sherratt first back. He took a bump. Into the middle it came, but an outlet here for Dylan Larkin. Larkin up along with Fisher and Perron, who straddled the line to keep on side. Larkin's shot went off a Maple Leaf stick. Pushed back to the line by Perron. Sider to Sherratt. Shot got blocked. Perron again in front off Larkin. Pinballed again. Ball is down. They score! Maybe that's the break the Red Wings needed. It's 2-1.
Boy, talk about a game of pinball. Holy mackerel. Off Larkin's skate. Off the Toronto skate. Off the goalie's pad. Then comes Fisher into the middle of it. Larkin sticks in there. Bang, bang, bang. 200,000 points on that one. And it's a 2-1 game. It looked like Larkin may have reached in there with the hook on his blade and just sneakily put it into the net. Yeah, he and Fisher at the same time, I think, got that puck. They don't really care who gets credit. Home fans on a Saturday night get something to cheer about finally.
Right.
Oh, a very nasty smash in the face. It was Larkin's stick, too. And he's up. He's like out.
High slot, big save there by Husso off Riffon. Behind the net for Clifford. Out at center it comes. Riffine's got it.
DDRG White goal, his 4th of the preseason. Score number 71.
Here's DeBrincat. Just sent wide of the goal, Raymond.
Number 57, David Hurrah! And number 36, Christian
Kept in at the line by Wallman. Makes the play across to Brinkett to Raymond.
17 minutes, 26 seconds through the second period.
Back for Wallman.
Look out, look out.
Yeah, crossed up. Robertson
Wow.
going to get away. Good recovery there by Wallman. Robertson shot. And Husso juggled it, but he'll hold on.
But Toronto's done it. These young guys in Toronto have done a really nice job defensively. The fact that Detroit's not on top of their game, but the Leafs young guys have done a nice job defensively in taking away lanes, and Detroit's helped them with some passes that haven't been in the wheelhouse for sure. Oh, a nasty stick to the face of Larkin's stick. Not much question about that. He's lucky he isn't cut up pretty good. It might have hit his shield and deflected most of the damage.
Dylan Larkin trying to get his team going here. Yes, it's the final game of the preseason, but you want to set that standard, especially against whom you're playing tonight. But this Leaf team is giving it its all. The Red Wings have to rise above. Wall for Miller and out of play.
Well, lots of times, most of the time really, you can't control what the other side does. It's not always, dictating the game. You have to see what the other side does sometimes, not what you make, it's what you leave. And Toronto's not leaving very much. So Detroit is an incumbent upon them now to try to get this thing opened up a little bit. You got to get a little more hustle, a little better on the passes. Toronto's been really out hustling them so far.
Sherrod, one-timer, scores! It's a tie game. The importance of draws.
Lots of traffic in front of the net for Ben Sherrod to get a rocket away from the point. One-timer. Yeah, the goaltender had no chance to see this. Looked like Sprong maybe in front of the net. It was, yeah. He's tied up by a Toronto defenseman. The goaltender never saw the shot, and it had lots of mustard on it from Ben Sherrod.
So a 2-2 tie, late stages, period 2. Fisher jamming in there. Austin trying to dig it free. Good work by Valeno, who's got it again. Oh, and Costin couldn't get on to his stick.
Like the Lambeau, his first of the preseason. Scored by number 8, Ben Sherrod. Assist number 46, Jeff Petrie.
Valeno. Gostisbehere came in.
Looks like a rugby game.
Yep. Shot there by Fisher. Scores! Valeno! It's 3-2.
Holy mackerel. That was a rugby scrum for about 30 seconds on the near boards. Puck bouncing all over the place, and again a quick shot through the defenseman's stick and leg, and the goaltender Wall's probably going, you got to be kidding me. Really? It's a bad break for Toronto because it hit one of their own players from the point and went right to Joe Valeno, who had his stick on the ice. What's that tell you, young players? Always keep your stick on the ice. And Valeno, who Coach Lalonde talked about in the pregame, gets another one, his third goal of the preseason for Joe Valeno.
In 5 games.
Wow.
So what was 2-0 quickly is 3-2 after 2. And our MGM Grand Detroit intermission report coming your way. So Joe Valeno, who scores for that, gets to speak with Trevor Thompson. And we'll hear from Jeff Petrie on how he felt about getting dealt to Detroit. I know he felt pretty good. Childhood dream to play for his hometown team. Same with Dylan Larkin. Ben Sherratt tied it. Joe Veleno tied it. Detroit up by 1 through 2.
Back on October 25th of 2014, Shane Gostisbehere made his NHL debut for the Philadelphia Flyers against the Detroit Red Wings. Now he is a Red Wing, but his father came all the way from France at the age of 21. He was a high-lie player, and he played some high-lie down in Florida, and that's where he met his wife. And that's where Gostisbehere picks up the story of where his hockey beginnings begin.
My mom's dad, he's actually from Montreal, so he moved to Florida when he was little, before hockey was ever a thing in Florida, and he really stopped playing then. So I think he couldn't wait to have he didn't have any sons, so he was just waiting for a grandson to come out, and luckily it was me, and luckily too, the Florida Panthers, their first year was the year I was born, so it was perfect timing. I mean, I was a diehard Panther fan growing up, and I had season tickets pretty much my whole young life, and I would go to almost every game with my grandpa, and it was good times.
Shane Gostisbehere, runner-up for the Rookie of the Year award back in 2015. That was won by Artemi Panarin. This guy can certainly put the puck in the net. He's had seasons of 10-plus goals and 40-plus points back-to-back coming into this one, so he's going to be a point producer on the power play, and hopefully 5-on-5 for the Red Wings this season, Kenny.
He has 17 goals and 46 points as a rookie with Philadelphia in 64 games. And 2 years later, 65 points, 52 assists, both career highs. Signing a one-year deal after leaving Carolina with the Red Wings. So the Red Wings had 3 late goals in the final 2.5 minutes of that second period to erase a 2-0 Leaf lead. And leading here by 1, Mickey Redmond's gone down between the benches. Here trying to split the defense was DeBrincat, couldn't get past. DeBrincat with Larkin and Rasmussen, that's how they started the game. Now they'll start next Thursday in New Jersey, remains to be seen. Maple Leafs defending the goal to my left. Riffai with a long stretch pass and no icing, tipped in. Husso out to play it. Both goaltenders going all the way tonight for their respective teams. Husso for Detroit, Joseph Wall for the Maple Leafs, Simon Benoit. Anaheim the last 2 years holding a spot really till John Klingberg is healthy. Off the end boards, played back in front. A little slip pass back there for Noah Gregor, who was beaten to it. Fabry carries in, pop across, tried the pass for Strong. It was knocked down. Benoit with it. He took 3 penalties against the Red Wings on Thursday when these teams met in Toronto. Here's Mata. Spins back with it. Got it through to Copper in front of the goal and just sent wide by Perron. David Perron to an open Ole Mata. Gostisbehere for Mata. He's got plenty of room. Winds up, and that's deflected by Homburg. Back in front, Gostisbehere to Raymond. Raymond turning with it. From an acute angle, in front for Perron, and just wide. And Perron finishes his check. Irvin clears it down, and it'll go right to Husso, who plays it along. And Shane Gostisbehere has it. Mata fanned on the pass attempt. The rest of the way by Fitter. Bump from behind. Back with it is Lajoie. Or Twerber. Lead pass. Off Lajoie. Taken here by Veleno. Good speed. Cuts back. Took the shot, and that's deflected high. Mickey Redmond's left the gondola, and he's gone between the benches.
Well, as usual, in most games that number 53 in red plays the game. Mo Seider, he's got the most minutes on my 40-minute sheet here, over 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes of play. Exhibition or not, he racks up time, and he's going to, when it's all said and done, Ken, he is in the final year of his entry-level contract. And down the line, this guy is going to probably a 25-minute-a-night guy, maybe more than that. And he's just in the beginning of what looks like a marvelous career. He's going to be an important cog in this machine for a long time.
Last season, his average time on ice was 23:10, same as his rookie year.
Penalty coming here on a touch by Toronto, it looks like.
Holding.
Be a holding call, and immediately Perron goes on to my left, and that right-hand shot on the left side. DeBrincat goes on as well, so we'll see which one takes that. Perron has taken, with DeBrincat coming here.
2 minutes for holding.
David Perron has taken up a net front presence. It's already paid off in the preseason already.
Wings third power play. 0 for their first 2. So Gostisbehere and Sider, Larkin, Perron, and DeBrincat. Sider's shot is blocked and cleared, and Larkin
hitting a mouth.
Yeah.
But something, I'm not sure what. You guys probably can tell downstairs by looking at the replay before we get it, whether it was a stick or a puck or a glove or something.
But made the pass there to DeBrincat. Did Larkin run to the goal? Good save by Wall.
I think he lost control of the puck, Tim, when he went to the backhand. Replay will tell us that.
Left there for Sider. Now Larkin to DeBrincat. Off his stick. Bobbled on him. Noah Gregor. Off the wing, right to the goal. Sider pestered him just enough and then finished his check. Larkin across center for Gostisbehere. Change on the back end, and off the bench there came Sprong, gets it back from Petrie. Band on by Perron. Larkin a stab at it, goes to get it again. Daniel Sprong getting the return pass and give him go there with Petrie across for Sprong in his skates. He can one-time that if he gets it. That shot deflected and just sent wide by Perron and then gets knocked down. Change again coming. Raymond off the bench. Petrie's got it now. Raymond right side with it. Top of the right circle. Pulls it back and deflected away, and Sprong moved Petrie quickly. Raymond now in front. Loose puck. Larkin. Good effort to keep control for Petrie. Outstretched stick for Raymond and a save there by Wall.
Not enough traffic.
Petrie. Raymond. He got closed down quickly there by Lagesson. His countryman. Perron, Raymond. Penalty expiring in a couple of seconds. Petrie to Raymond. Hit a stick. Penalty over. Sprong fires. Scores! We told you he's got a great shot.
I heard the goalpost. It was close to the bar. But amazing, eh? 4 goals in 4 games. And you see the look on his face when he just came to tap hands with everybody. It was like, oh man, do you believe that? Like it found a way in. Oh my God.
That's a heck of a shot.
Oh, for sure.
For the native of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Who had 21 goals last season with Seattle. Mostly on a 4th line too, and playing just over 11 minutes a night. Sprong still scored 21, and what a preseason season he's having.
He's got a great release in that one. I'd like to see a replay of a back angle of it or something. I mean, with the look in his face, it was like he couldn't believe it went in the net. But you know what? That's what goal scorers experience sometimes. They shoot the puck from different areas, and sometimes you don't even see it go in. Look out!
Great setup. Fisher just wide. Set up beautifully by Wallman.
Obviously, the 3 goals has given Detroit some extra mustard here to start the 3rd period. They've been all over Toronto. Totally different team than the first 37 minutes of this game.
Simon Benoit will wait. Drops it off, goes for a change. Miller with a pass. Knocked down at center by Mata. Back in for Pop to the line. Good step away then. Forced back Was Gostisbehere.
It's a move that Wallman does so often, Ken. That little stutter step at the blue line to get around a guy.
Strong left it there for Fabry. Fabry again up high with it. Finds Mata with room. Blockered aside by Wall and out of play. Daniel Sprong adds to the Red Wings lead to start the third from Raymond and Petrie. 4-2.
Well, number 88, who's sitting right to my left here on the Red Wing bench, has been in the middle of an awful lot of stuff here tonight. And the last, of course, was a beautiful shot on the goal. Net front presence. Diggin, he's a strong skater. Doesn't mind mixing it up. Pretty good size. Here he's in the front, screening on the Sherratt goal. No chance for the goaltender there. And here, settles it down and boom, finds the back of the net one more time. 4 goals, 4 games. Ken mentioned 21 last year, averaging 11.5 minutes a game in Seattle. And I have to believe that if that kind of touch continues here, he's going to get a lot more than 11.5 minutes for the Red Wings.
And it was really surprising the Kraken could have qualified him at $737,000 to retain his rights. They didn't. And the Red Wings signed him to a 1-year deal at $2 million.
You gotta wonder why. I mean,
a lot of people wondered why.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Seattle had a great year.
Well, hopefully they've got a good reason for it. That's offside.
That's offside. And you know what? And Matty Beniers, who's a terrific player for Seattle, he won the Calder Trophy. Now, Matty Beniers played 5 more minutes per night than this guy. But at 5-on-5, Sprong led Seattle with 3.1 points per 60 minutes played. That's how good of a season he had.
That's pretty amazing.
Isn't it?
3 points a game?
Yeah,
I mean, really.
per 60 minutes of playing time. Yeah,
I mean, basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can cut those analytics. It all comes down to common sense. 3 points in 60 minutes and change. That's 3 a game because the game's 60 minutes most of the time.
Did finish with 46 points in 66 games. But yes, and a good power play guy he can be. Spent 3 seasons with Pittsburgh, a couple with Anaheim, just 55 games, a couple with Washington, 2 seasons Seattle, now in his 8th NHL season.
What I have noticed, Ken, being down here this close to it all, is that good boy, does he compete. He's got a mad on a lot of the time. He plays a little bit angry, and I love that. And they gotta love it.
Perron with Larkin and DeBrincat. Flip pass by Larkin for Seider. Back for Wallman. Larkin a shot. Save made. Loose puck. Larkin over there again. For Seider. Big rebound off Wall. And a desperation clear by the visitors. Seider around. Approaching 8 minutes gone in the third. Fraser Minten escaped the check from Seider. Minten's got it. Back to the point. Not bounced down in front. Miller kept it alive for Minten. Fanned on it. Seider chased by Robertson. Just dumps it out to center. Tommy Miller with a lead pass. High stick up there on Robertson. Sherratt, who has a goal tonight. Tied up the game late in the second when the Red Wings scored 3. Toronto had a 2-0 lead. Well, 2.5 remained in the second period, and the Red Wings scored 3 straight and added to it here.
They've outshot them 8-1 unofficially here in the third period. It's been all Detroit.
Halftime update from Huntington Bank.
Now a message from MGM Grand Detroit.
Go grand at the destination that elevates every experience. It's a good time for a grand time at MGM Grand Detroit.
Ninth season now for Dylan Larkin, his 4th season as captain. 32 goals and 79 points last season. personal best in points, tied a personal best in goals and assists. Almost got to 80. The last player to 80 points for Detroit back in the 10-11 season, Henrik Zetterberg. Here's Sherrod. Tough pass down low for Kopp to handle. Got it back to Sherrod again to Petrie. Mabry up along with Kopp. Lurking there is Sprong. Petrie, backhand to forehand to Sprong. Saved by Wall. Rebound to Cowan. Gave it away. Kopp able to find Sprong again. Back for Sherrod. Saved by Wall. The Leafs under pressure. And a penalty coming here to Detroit. Sprong's lost his stick and will be going to the box. Delayed call, 6 skaters for the Leafs at the halfway point of the third period. Wide edging shots now for the home side. Sprong's got a goal. Now he'll go to the penalty box. Maple Leafs to the power play. Down by 2. After the Red Wings got a wake-up call.
During the intermission, I told you that Jeff Petrie and David Perron played together in Edmonton back in 2012 to 2014. At the time, their wives were pregnant before Jeff moved out of Edmonton. Fast forward to this year, they're reunited here in Detroit, and their sons play youth hockey together. Their lives were much different then than they are now, but they were actually defense partners on their youth hockey team. That would be Boyd Petrie and Mason Perron. Both those guys are pretty good little skaters. The coach wanted to keep them together, and those guys are at the rink together watching their boys play, and now sharing a dressing room once again, Ken.
I hope they're listening to dads on occasion. Sprong in the box. Power play for Toronto. Kelly Yarncroft. Drafted by Detroit. Played Washington, Seattle, Calgary, and the Leafs. Comper. Wall left it there for Nicholas Robertson, who doesn't require waivers. Now that could make it easier for him to go up and down. His final contract season. Robertson had shoulder surgery last December, which ended his season. And boy, is his brother ever a player with Dallas. Top 15 in the NHL, Jason Robertson. What a player.
Did he ever?
Oh. Ended for Lafferty, and a save made there by Husso. Gregor. No Toronto power play with a Matthews or a Marner or a Tavares or a Nylander or a Bertuzzi. Noah Gregor up in front all alone. Holmberg stopped by Husso. Austin and Fisher to kill for Detroit up front with Wallman and Seider. Shot sailed high and off the glass. Strong position there by Seider. And a stick in the back of the legs. Picked up there by Holmberg.
Boy, Seider just got KO'd. He got knocked down, and they're not going to take lightly to that. There'll be a penalty, but boy, Seider goes down in awkward ways, boy, way too many times for my liking. He's a big guy, but there's lots of big guys in this league.
2 minutes for interference.
Well, Lafferty's no small guy either. But when you play the game the way Mo Seider does, he's going to come right back out here. We're 4-on-4 for a few seconds anyway, but when you play the game the way more Seider does, you're gonna draw that kind of attention for 2 reasons. One, because he's darn near an all-star in this game, if not already. He's going to be very quickly. And secondly, because he plays with an edge, because they're going to come back at him.
So Leafs power play 0 for 3, as is Detroit's, but they'll head to one in 5 seconds with Sprong out of the box.
2 minutes of interference, 12 minutes, 5 seconds, the third period. Toronto, after the 2 interference, it's 12:05. Which means
No,
it's time
knocked past
for another.
Seider, but out of the box came Sprong to keep it alive to Gostisbehere, and they'll regroup for Larkin. Larkin into the zone, then knocked off his stick by Riffey. Comes back here to Gostisbehere, cross for Seider. Move quickly to Brinkett for Gostisbehere again to Seider. Good keep-in skate stick. Save made off a one-timer from DeBrincat by Wall. Have a blast from one of the most unique vantage points in all of sports in a gondola box. And don't we know all about that here at Little Caesars Arena. For a limited time, get a $400 premier experience gift just by scanning the code and completing the form. This is your chance to score a box for our upcoming home opener a week from tonight against Tampa Bay or for additional games. Larkin won the draw, but Seider to his left couldn't get over to pick it up. Larkin goes wide left. Shot by Gostisbehere just wide.
That's a tough one-timer.
He can fire it. Here's Seider. DeBrincat had it blocked. Again, they love Gostisbehere on that far flank. Perron goes back to Brinkett. They close off Gostisbehere. Now he's got it from Seider. Back to Seider. DeBrincat to Seider. Gostisbehere off Larkin. DeBrincat over to get it. 45 remaining power play. Shot high from Gostisbehere.
Shooting yellow.
And away from DeBrincat. They'll get a change here as Husso's out to play it. Second unit coming out, half minute remaining in the man advantage. Red Wings' fourth power play of the game. Back for Comper. Now to Sprong. Petrie, Raymond, Petrie. Sprong's got it. Passed in front off a Maple Leaf skate. Grabbed by Kokanen. Tap for Benoit. Red Wings beat him to the puck though. Lucas Raymond had trouble with it. And cleared, and that'll do it. So the Red Wings 0 for 4 in the power play. Leading goals by 2, shots by 10. Good play by Wallman, dumped it deep. Rasmussen moving up. Fisher. Wallman. Fisher wide open. Oh, what a save. Wall got over without the stick. Desperation, and he made the stop on Christian Fisher. That close to being 5-2. It remains Red Wings by 2. Bouncing puck. Trouble for Fisher. No problem for Wall.
Hey, this is a pretty good shot, but from 58 feet out. This one, another good opportunity that the goaltender was waiting for. Here he lost control of the puck when he went to the backhand, tried to get it up, and it just kind of rolled off the back of the stick. I'm sure a little bit frustrated that he hasn't had more scoring opportunities and flash goals here in the preseason, but you know, when they turn it on for real, the red light on for real next Thursday, I think you'll see a different DeBrincat, but there's no question he knows a lot of these guys on this team from the Michigan area. They're around here in the summer all the time, whether he was playing here or not. But it's going to take a bit of time for that chemistry to be as sharp and precise as they'd like it to be.
The last 3 seasons of National Hockey League play, Alex DeBrincat is 12th in the NHL in goals with 100 and 30th in points. 200 in 216 games. So it'll come.
Well, a shooter like him obviously needs a good setup, man. And if they're going to keep him and Larkin together, then that's Dylan Larkin, for the most part, almost every year he has played, college and pro, he's had more assists than goals. So with DeBrincat on one of his sides, who knows what that tandem can do.
47 assists for Dylan last season. Carried by Benoit. Grabbed by Husso. And again, this is the only time we'll see the Leafs this season in this building, because the Wings' home game versus the Leafs this season will be played next month in Stockholm. The Wings will play 2 road games in Toronto this season, meeting the Leafs just 3 times, not 4 as usual of division opponents. And again, Tampa Bay, the other division team whom the Wings will meet just 3 times. One of those coming a week tonight here on Bally Sports Detroit's 6 o'clock hour pregame. Red Wings Live coming your way a week from tonight with a whole cast of characters. Lead character, I believe, John Keating. Here's Raymond in. What a save. And the ball got over.
Really good effort by Lucas Raymond right there to get himself free. I didn't think he could from where I was sitting, and he just took off like a jet.
Knocked down at center by Comfort to Rasmussen. Rasmussen, a couple of periods to start the game with Larkin and DeBrincat. Out with Pomper and Raymond now. And again, what you see tonight, as Derek Lalonde told us before the game, don't get married to it. Let's see what happens come Thursday opening night for the Red Wings in New Jersey. And our first game with you will be a week tonight here, the home opener on Bally Sports Detroit. Saved by Husso, big rebound and kick just wide. Noah Gregor with a good play there. Was at a good camp for the Maple Leafs. That play is offside.
Most of the times a play like this, you're not getting in, but he did catch the Leafs defenseman a little bit off stride and then took advantage of that and got himself a pretty darn good scoring chance of that. It is a very, very nice save by the goaltender Wall. He's had plenty of that action. Now the shots are, I think, 15-4 in the third period for Detroit. They have come out of the chute taking the shot out of a cannon here in the third period. Those 3 goals in about 3 minutes in the end of the second has really energized them. And with 2:48 to go, it looks like they've put this one to bed.
You know, when we mentioned Matty Beniers in conversation about Strong, and then you talk about Beniers who won the Calder, he had 57 points. That's the same as Lucas Raymond had in his rookie year. Physically stronger in the offseason, adding 8 to 10 pounds.
Toronto with just minutes to go here, going back with Minton, Cowan, Robertson. They're playing them a lot during the third period. The last look they'll get of these youngsters before they make their roster decisions by Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Interference call coming.
And they pulled their goalie. Toronto did. Fraser Minton, if he can make the team for the Leafs to be their third line center, it'll free up William Nylander to go to the wing where he'd rather play. So Fraser Minton, number 39, getting a lot of looks. And here's the penalty there. Wallman, far side.
Interference, I guess.
Yeah.
Call that. So 6-on-4 with 2:46 to go.
Well, you like to practice this stuff too, right?
Yeah, why not?
Preseason, why not? Yeah. So Comper and Kopp. For a right-hand face-off man, that'll come in handy for Detroit this season. In front, knocked away from Yarncroc. Back to get it, Maxime Lajoie. For Easton Cowan, left it there for Robertson. Gets it back from Holmberg. For Lajoie, watched by Comper. Net empty, Toronto. 6 skaters to 4, and a save by Husso. One-timer for Robertson, who made a nice play to Holmberg. For Minton in front. Bounce back, high slot. Cowan in front. Empty net. The Cobb. Sent wide.
That pass was just way too hot for a one-timer by Robertson.
Easton Cowan dropped it back for Koki. Trying to be a 7th defenseman for the Leafs. Cleared down the ice. Cowan back to get it. The first-round pick this year left there. Just onside at the line for Minton. Back in front. Knocked away. Abruzzese. Kokkonen. Abruzzese again. In front to score. Lafferty. .71 seconds left. 4-3. Power play goal and 6 on 4. Leafs 1 for 4 on the power play.
A lot of bodies down there, mostly white jerseys.
Boy, and Lafferty in a battle to stick and not appear on waivers, in a battle with Noah Gregor, and gets a goal there. So 1-goal game now. Wall back in goal for the moment. Timeout being called. Leafs have called timeout. There's Guy Boucher, new assistant coach.
He's casting a lot less of a shadow than he used to. He's looking pretty thin over there, Ken, to my right.
He was in Tampa Bay with Steve Yzerman prior to John Cooper being hired as head coach there.
Yeah.
Remember, he had some stall tactics going when he was lining up in Tampa Bay. The way the trap was played. Now he's in charge of the power play, replacing Spencer Carberry, head coach in Washington.
A lot of thinking and ruminating about when they hired him, why they hired him, especially with people getting down on Sheldon Keefe before he was signed, I suppose.
Well, Sheldon Keefe is a great winning percentage. Head coach. He is playoffs for this team. Wall goes to the bench. So net empty, 6 skaters down by 1. In behind the net, a whack at it by Mata. Persistent effort. Yarncroc. Round to Robertson. He got taken to the boards. Insider going to draw a penalty. Insider takes the penalty.
Wow. Holy mackerel.
Holding.
So it'll be 6 on 4 again.
Leafs 1 for 4 in the power play.
Number 53, 2 minutes for holding.
So they got no time for timeout, that is. But taking an awful long time to get going here for lack of a timeout, and situation 6 on 4 as it is.
Off the draw, controlled by the Leafs. Here's Robertson, a shot, and that goes wide. Caught for a whack at the puck. Doesn't get out. Lajoie holds it in. 20 seconds to go. Robertson, top of the right circle, down low in front by Minton. Comes back there to Cowan. The shot, Lajoie, body in front. Loose puck. Taken by Robertson into his skates. Hounded there by Petrie. Robertson stays with it. 3 seconds left. One last shot. Minton across the shot. Knocked down. The game is over. Red Wings finish the preseason at 5-2-1, coming back from a 2-0 deficit when when they kicked it into high gear with 3 late in the second and win it by 1.